Hey Cobra Kai fans, welcome back to the CKN. So a few weeks ago there was an article posted by Heavy.com which described the original Karate Kid ending scene. Now this is interesting because it's a scene that we know very well, but it was at the start of Karate Kid 2, and they decided to put this scene, and that specific scene is the parking lot sequence, which happens right after the tournament and is a result of Cobra Kai losing the tournament to Daniel and Miyagi, and of course Kreese tries to choke Johnny and breaks his second place trophy in anger of losing to Miyagi and Daniel. So the article says that this is not the original ending to the movie. However, the ending for the Karate Kid was actually supposed to be the beginning of the Karate Kid Part 2. When Mr. Miyagi confronts Kreese in the parking lot, the film presumably would have ended after Mr. Miyagi honks Kreese's nose and he and Daniel leave him in the parking lot. So just imagine the scene where Miyagi does the honk to Kreese and Kreese hits his hands in the glass and he has the bloodied hands. Can you imagine this scene being the ending of the first Karate Kid? It would have been a little bit funny, but of course it would have been left on a very dark tone, and of course we would have seen Johnny differently because we would have kind of felt sympathy towards Johnny over the fact that his sensei was trying to hurt him, and we may have seen Johnny in a different way. And although he did seem alright after the Karate Kid, we wouldn't have known that until Cobra Kai series came in. Of course this scene really sets up Karate Kid 3 and in terms of what happens with Kreese, because he loses the Cobra Kai dojo, all of the students leave, but that is only until his best friend from the army, Terry Silver, arrives and gives him a shot at redemption by getting revenge on Miyagi and Daniel after the tournament's conclusion and the fact that it made him lose everything that he ever had. But seeing it in the first film would have made more sense. The parking lot scene gives us a lot of insight to the relationship of Johnny and Kreese, and of course in Karate Kid 3 he gets in touch with his old buddy Terry and tries to get revenge on Daniel Miyagi, but of course they end up losing and Cobra Kai is once again gone until Johnny brings it back in Cobra Kai series, and of course he finally sees Kreese at the end of season 1, which really rehashed those memories of that parking lot scene. Now if we had seen the parking lot scene at the end of Karate Kid 1 and not seen Johnny or Kreese in Karate Kid 2, then when we see Karate Kid 3 it would have made things interesting because we would have thought things might get darker then, and maybe people would have been expecting Johnny Lawrence to return, but instead we had Kreese and Terry try and win the tournament once again and prove that why Cobra Kai can still be great. And although there was no Johnny and all of his best students had left, he could have still done this. And of course he ends up betraying Johnny in Cobra Kai series and takes back the dojo that was once rightly his, although Terry was the one that bought it for him. And the interesting part is Johnny really trusted him and matured and changed during Cobra Kai to make Kreese feel part of his life again. Now this is interesting because if this parking lot scene was shown at the end of the first film, they would have viewed Johnny very differently, because Johnny wouldn't have seemed to be so much of a bully, and he said to Daniel he was alright after winning the tournament, and they seem to have somewhat of a newfound mutual respect after the tournament. So that was always something that was interesting, and we could definitely see Johnny Lawrence in a different light after these two scenes if they were placed in sequence like they should have been. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to hashtag 10k before March. And of course, as always, thank you for watching and subscribe to Cobra Kai Nation. We're so close to 10k and I can't wait to show you more content down the line, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Preview.